All right, we are back this week with a new movie that's basically Terminator backwards. Yeah,
Sure.
Terminator
No,
backwards.
I'm not even going to put it with Terminator, even though I know everybody keeps comparing it to Terminator.
Oh, does it?
Terminator, the thing is, Terminator is a science fiction. This was a horror movie.
Is this a horror movie?
This is a horror movie.
Fantasy horror, right?
What's fantasy about it? Witches are real.
Well, wait, what? Because when you say witches, one of the questions I have, right? This movie is called Warlock. They
Yeah.
never reference that guy as a warlock in this whole entire movie. He's
Yes, they
seen
do.
as a witch.
They do.
Really? I must.
They say they call him warlock a few times, and plus, and most people are supposed to know that a male witch is a warlock.
Oh, I was gonna
But
ask that.
but there was a kid he boils, so I mean, the kid's like, so you're a witch? Men can't be witches.
That's what I thought. Like I thought Warlock was the name for a male witch. Is that right? I mean, I
Warlock
don't
is a
know what.
male. Yeah, warlock is a male witch.
Okay, that's why I had the confusion on.
Yeah, no, a male witch is a warlock.
Oh,
So
good. You already knocked out one of my questions of this whole
I know
podcast
I
we're doing.
learned that from my days of watching Bewitched. So
Oh, you know what? That's so funny you mentioned Bewitched because they mentioned that. Hey, have you been
yeah, they do.
bewitched? You know, and
Well,
that
they also has like they also she says like Samantha, the witch from Bewitched.
oh, you know
When
what?
he goes
Yes,
to
they
witches,
did.
goes yeah, goes. So you mean like what she goes yeah about witches? They also mentioned Wizard of Oz too.
So hold
Glinda the
on.
Good Witch.
So hold on before we get jump ahead. Right? I do want to talk about the Terminator aspect, and then this is the first time we both seen this movie.
Yes,
At
no,
this age,
first time I seen it. So
the first time I seen it too. At this age, right? I figured that if I was younger, I probably like this a lot more because, like, even to this day, right, there was some stuff that happened. I was thinking, like, whoa, this is totally not okay with if I was just as a kid. But they didn't show that. I mean, even though this movie was rated R, it didn't
yeah,
show the glory stuff when it could have been. Like, if
yeah.
it was done
Yeah,
today, right, they
and supposedly
definitely
they
would have
cut.
showed
And
it.
I'm sure they cut some stuff out
Yeah, I'm assuming
because
they
I mean
cut a
they
lot of
didn't want
stuff.
they were going to show you cutting up a kid.
Yeah, kind of the kid,
No,
like the part where he kissed that dude, right? Well, to me, I thought he literally kissed that dude.
oh yeah, where he bit his tongue
Yeah,
out.
and then he bit his tongue off. Then that's when I realized, like, oh, that's what he was doing. I didn't realize he was biting his tongue off because, like, I feel like the mouth would be like more open, but he looked like he was kissing
Yeah,
him.
well, I mean, yeah, I would never bit somebody's tongue out, so I would know.
Oh, not that way, but that just the tongue part.
So wait,
You
never, I've
know,
never bit anybody's tongue out. Period.
I mean, like, just seeing that tongue part out, right? I mean, like, you have to use your imagination to figure out, like, oh, that's what he did. And this movie did a lot of that,
Okay, yeah, I don't
you
think you
know?
had to use your imagination on that one, but yeah, on the kid getting boiled
Hey, I
and
just thought he
sliced
was
up.
kissing, and I was like, what the heck is going on?
Well, I wonder too. I
Hey,
thought,
man,
man,
I didn't know what kind of stuff warlocks are into, okay? I don't care if 1691 to
well, they're
1991.
witches, so I mean, come on, there had to be a reason nobody liked them.
See, now we're using, like, I guess if you want to be specific, warlock is a male witch, and then witch is just regular female witches. There's no
Yeah, pretty
term for
much.
female
But you
witch
can call,
except the
but
name.
you just call them witches. Yeah.
So you didn't like this movie as much?
No, I didn't really like it.
Oh yeah, why is that? I want to know your opinion of why you
Oh,
didn't like it.
because I found it very boring.
Oh, really?
I just found it boring. I mean, I didn't say I didn't go, oh man, this makes me mad, or this is horrible, or this was not. Let me put this way: this wasn't like Matrix 4. Okay, it didn't make me angry.
Oh no, yeah. So
It's just like I watched it. It's like, yeah,
we're gonna start the
yay.
comparing now. We don't. We better watch
I just
this.
watched it. I was like, oh, I just couldn't wait for the movie to hurry up and get over with. I mean,
Really, I wouldn't like the.
I had better things to do.
I didn't know any of the actors. Were you familiar with any of these three major
Nope,
actors?
nope, nope.
Oh,
I don't know any of these actors.
not
I
easy.
mean, I'm sure I know that we've seen them before in various TV shows and stuff. I mean, they've been in a lot of stuff. It's just no, that nobody stood out to me.
Oh, okay. I thought the lady who played Cassandra with a K, because that's very important. Okay,
Yeah, you
Cassandra
would
with a
think
K.
so, but I thought she looked like a lot of other actresses
She
I've
does. She
seen,
look
but
like
she was
Gina Davis to me because she looks
yeah,
so tall.
exactly. That's
You know?
who I thought she looked like Gina Davis too.
Yeah, it looked
And
like
then
her
her
to me
makeup
too.
wasn't all that good because
Oh, the
she's
old
like
lady
oh in the
makeup.
20s and then she goes
Yeah.
to the 40s and then goes to 60s. I'm like, no,
No.
I'm not buying it. I mean, oh my god, because you look like you didn't get enough sleep. Doesn't make you look like you're 40.
And then her hair grew, right? Just because she was older, I
Yeah,
guess.
it grew, and her fingernails grow, but she should
Hey, you
have
know what?
died anyway. But here's the problem with that. I'm gonna go ahead and say
Okay.
what the problem with that. She's supposed to have aged Then that means all her body sped up and aged. She was what, diabetic? She should have been dead.
Okay, so I was gonna point that
They
out through
killed
the
her in a
whole
few.
movie, right? Well, I think they did the aging aspect to show you the urgency that they have to get to the warlock.
Yeah, but
You
I
know,
mean, just by having diabetes and they're not taking the insulin and her jumps.
have you noticed
Yeah,
that in the 3 days? Was it 3 days? Yeah, because the third day she was 60, right? In
yeah,
that third day, she didn't use any of the insulin. Like they showed her
yeah.
when she went to
We
work,
never
right?
see her lose. Yeah,
Like,
we never
I
see her
mean,
losing the insulin
I'm
again.
I'm not a diabetic. I'm not familiar with like what the schedule is, right? To do the sugar
I
thing.
don't either. I don't
So
know.
I
I
would
don't know
assume
anything.
like you need to do it at least once or twice a day, at least once a day,
Well, I think, and it may depend on what you ate or how you did
or
your
how you eat
diet
and
that
diet
day.
and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Okay, but you know
yeah,
what?
you
I
may
didn't see
not
them eating. They didn't show that. Not
because
like
not everybody takes shots.
not like
I
Masters of
know.
the Universe, you know, like they show like, oh, we
Yeah,
gotta eat. But this movie, I mean, like that's the only thing that makes sense to me, the aging thing,
yeah,
and to show that the warlock has the magic and the curses and the spells if they have one of your personal possessions. I mean, I'm
yeah,
familiar with that part, but everything else, right? Like, oh, I didn't know. To me, the warlock was really overpowering Refren. It's just like, yeah,
yeah. Oh, yeah. It was very powerful.
but then he
I
is
don't even
the
know
only
why he was
person
even
that
locked
can.
up. Yeah,
So Refren is the Kyle Reese, and then the warlock is a Terminator. Now that I'm jumping back into my Terminator point, because this time
yeah,
they actually go to the future instead of Kyle Reese and Terminator going back to the past to kill
yeah.
Kassandra with a K, which is Sarah Connor. I guess in a way, you know, I did like. No, this movie was well. It came out. So which came out in 1989, but I don't think it came out in the states until 1991. That was like the company went through bankruptcy at the same time or
Company
something.
went bankrupt, then they got bought out, and then somebody else took over, and they brought it out.
Oh, okay. So you read that part too.
They released it. Yeah, they released it. Yeah, they released it in theater, and they made money. I mean, apparently a lot of people enjoyed this movie or liked it. I mean, it's a B movie. I mean, it's okay. I started off interested. It's just halfway through the movie, I was kind of like, all right, I got other
So
things to do.
this makes these.
I would rather watch The Craft. Let's just put it that
Oh,
way.
I haven't seen a craft in a long time, so I probably want to rewatch that one because those are all witch sisters though, like witches, but
Yeah,
there's no warlock
yeah.
or anything.
I love
So
to see
that's why I'm
witches. So
never familiar with the term warlock unless you're talking about what is that game? Warcraft, right? World of Warcraft, but I never played that game either.
warlocks.
Yeah, warlocks. You know, they have
So
warlocks in role playing games, but
yeah, those are witches, male witches, and warlocks are
so
both
what is
male
the
witch in
difference
any game.
between a witch?
You're not talking about warlocks. I mean
Oh,
orcs, are you?
no, I guess I'm not. I don't know what
A
I'm talking about.
warlock, yeah, a warlock's a male witch. It's always a male witch. It's like almost, but you got to think though. There's several levels. I mean, you become a. I mean, there's a sorcerer, sorceress, wizard.
No, so I was saying, what is the difference between all these? Do you
All
know?
those guys are just the levels of magic, and I guess the evil
Oh, levels of
that lies
magic.
behind them. I'm sure that's what it is. I would think so.
Oh, I guess I didn't know, and I was hoping that you would come to my
I
rescue.
mean, the magic is more. I mean, if you're a sorcerer or a sorceress, you're going to be at a higher level of magic than a witch.
Okay, so taking back to the Marvel universe in this language I understand, Scarlet Witch is a witch, but Doctor Strange is a sorcerer.
Yeah,
But he
but
said,
basically, they're almost on the same ground.
but they all use magic.
They all use a type of magic, but I'm sure
So,
the types of magic and the spirits and they invoke are different.
and you could use magic to either good or evil, obviously, right? In this case,
Yeah,
he's
of
looking for a
course you
book
can.
that he want to be Lucifer, the devil's son, right? That's basically what he wanted to do.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
He wanted to destroy all
All he
matter.
wanted to do was get an adoption. I mean, that's a whole lot of trouble to get adopted. I'd be like, he's not good enough for you. Just move on and find another father.
So, well, how did you
I
like
mean, I
this?
don't know about you. I don't know. I'll just go throw it out there. I mean, God's a little more welcoming than that. I mean,
You know, I did like something about Kassandra. You know, she has a nice body, right, and all that. And
yeah, and that's why it's not doing it for me when she turns old. It's like, what? She's trying to act like she's old running after.
it's
Remember when
like,
she's running the train
oh,
and
this movie.
she's still wearing 20 like year old clothes,
It's
20
like,
year olds clothes, and she's like,
hey,
oh, I'm crippled. I'm like, there's no way you're crippled.
that's not a way to change, okay? But that's what people believed back then, I guess, in the 80s. She was wearing Air Jordans. I don't know if anybody noticed that.
Well, no. I knew she had tennis shoes on. I was like,
Yeah.
yay, she got tennis
I was
shoes
like,
on.
are those Air Jordans? I thought they were Air Jordans, but you know what? They look like Air Jordans to me, so we know what? It is Air Jordans now.
Well, they are.
I like that. But because she was wearing Air Jordans, right? And she looks like, you know, in the beginning when her character shows up, it doesn't look like that rich, right? She was taken in by this guy.
Well, she wasn't rich.
Yeah. So like, where's she getting these shoes from? Oh, you know what? She just spent her money on the wrong stuff. I got it.
Maybe. Well, she was a waitress, though.
She was a waitress, right?
But she probably didn't have to pay rent, though.
Just like Sarah Connor. Yeah,
Oh,
look at how
okay.
long our silence was.
Because I'm like, yeah, that really woed me and makes
Hey,
me
you
want
know
to
what?
watch this
Hey,
even more.
the Warlock and the Terminator go to like the first person that they found, you know, where the girl was, right? And then they killed that person. In the Terminator, they killed that Sarah Connor, yeah, and they just shot her in the head. And this one is like he bit that dude's tongue out just for the heck of it.
But here's the thing, though. You know, they time travel. Okay, they're in Boston. They start off the movie in Boston.
No, they started in Boston and they went to
They start
California,
the movie in
right?
Boston. Yeah, so they go to Malibu. What the crap? And then they got to travel cross country to get 3 pieces of the book.
So it's time and dimensional travel, right? Every time we do time travel, it's always the location that you don't get to go to like a vacation. You don't get to go to time travel. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to Boston.
Apparently, when you time travel back, you just go wherever.
So, hey, I don't know. You read the comments, right, from our not the last video, but one of the ones that we did, Masters of the Universe. One of the comments was that, like, they didn't time travel. Courtney Cox's character didn't time travel. They dimensional travel. So that's different to you, right? Is it different to you? Because, I mean, I don't understand dimension travel.
Time travel's another dimension.
I thought dimensional
we
travel
even learned that. We even learned that in the Time Machine. Both of them.
No, I thought dimensional travel was just like, you know, beam me up, Scotty. I went from one dimension to another.
That's not dimensional travel at all.
So what's dimensional travel?
The transporter, all it does is just breaks your atoms down
from one place,
turns you to energy and sends you to another spot. But that's not dimensional travel.
Then what's dimensional travel? Does
dimension is like it's like several different deals. Yeah, it means several dimensions. Like we're 3-dimensional.
Okay.
And there's 4th dimension, and then 5th dimension is just time.
Oh, okay, wait. So it's like 4 and 3 together. So it's 8-dimension travel. You know what? I don't know what it is. Like I didn't even know how the Warlock casts a spell to travel 300 years into the future.
Well, I think he just casts a spell, and then when he gets done, because remember he went looking for the devil or the demon or whatever.
Yeah.
That asked that demon why they brought him there.
Oh yes, that's right. Yes.
So basically, he probably made a deal back with
the devil.
The devil back in the time, and it just happened to take a long time to come catch him, grab him, pull him out of time, opened a portal in time, like a wormhole or something. He went back, he went forward, because you can always go forward in time. It's no big deal.
Right.
That's not breaking any laws. You don't even have to change dimensions. That's not dimensional travel going forward.
So he just
going back would be breaking a dimension. But a dimension, time is a dimension.
Travel.
Yeah, because time's a different. It's like a snapshot of a second, of a hundredth of a second, several hundredths of a second. Let's say you got a snapshot. It's like taking a Polaroid pictures. That's all another dimension.
Oh, I see. I see what the devil's deal is here. Check this out. So the devil took the Warlock into the future, right? At the same time, he want to make sure there's nobody guarding those locations of those books, right? That makes sense. He's not gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna take you back to the day after today, like tomorrow, so that way you can still find these books and come and be my son.
Well, maybe. Well, I mean, this is disproved, but maybe the devil understands you can't time travel. You can only go forward. Everybody time travels forward. So nobody time travels backwards.
I'm gonna take you like it's basically.
Plus, he's gonna destroy the universe. Plus, he's just going to destroy the universe anyway. So he'll just take this guy, send him forward. He has the most chance of probably destroying the universe. So I'll send him all the way up here and destroy the universe.
So he demolition manned him. That's what happened.
Yeah, basically demolition manned him. Except this guy didn't have to mess with seashells or go to Taco Bell.
So this came out in 1989, right?
He just had to go to Malibu.
I feel like the flying special effects, it didn't look that great because Superman came out way before 1989 or whenever the production of this
looks movie. Like almost all the other witch movies I've ever seen where they fly. So
how fast do you think he was flying?
I don't know. Remember, I can't remember what the speed deal said.
Oh, that's right. The cop. It was 90 something an hour.
Yeah. Okay.
So he was flying at least 90 something miles an hour.
He probably got more speed after that.
Oh yeah, after he sacrificed the little boy, right? That wasn't baptized.
Yeah, it wasn't baptized.
I like
Ooh.
how convenient everything is for this warlock.
It is. I mean, he's just coming along. Hey,
You
yeah,
know,
okay, find some little
while
kid.
while
But
Wefren had to find a
I'm
new
thinking.
weapon.
But the thing is, in America, though, I'm sure he could find a lot of people to pull him shirted. You know, it's not like it's going to be that big a challenge.
I mean,
The
like,
thing that puzzled me though is also, a lot of people said that preacher. What was that? You remember the preacher at the end?
yeah, yeah.
That's supposed to
Was
help
it
the
at the
book.
end?
What
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
church was
The
that?
church that
What kind
I
of
thought
church
was a
was that?
Catholic church, right? Because he
I
got
thought it
the
was too,
yeah.
but the guy
Had a wife.
was she his wife or just
Oh, you
he's
know what? They never said, right? So we
doing
just
something under the
assumed.
table? I didn't assume that was his wife. No, I didn't assume it was his wife. I know I saw people
Oh,
write it was his wife, but I thought, well, if he's Catholic, he can't have a wife, and he can't be with that woman, and
but
he
then
can't
he's
have
in Boston,
kids.
so I just like stereotypical. I just thought they were Catholics immediately, right? They're in Boston.
Well, I thought
I
they were Catholics too. Well,
Irish
I just thought
Catholic,
it was I thought it was Catholic because he's wearing the get up,
Yeah, I
the
thought it was
preacher's
Catholic.
thing.
Because like
I
yeah,
mean,
that was too.
all the other religions or churches I've been to, if you're not Catholic, you don't wear all that
Yeah, you
garbage.
don't wear all that stuff. I didn't say
Sorry.
garbage.
Well, I think in God we
I'm
be all right with
I'm
it.
not gonna trash another person's religion, the one that I came from. Like he's wearing garbage. What a stupid padre.
Okay, I should say garb.
Yeah, there you go.
Doesn't wear the priestess uniform.
Yeah, so
You know, so that's the thing. So I guess in a way, though, he wasn't as holy as he's supposed to be.
ooh, that's a good point.
He wasn't yeah, because I mean that guy's like, I'm just coming to your house, and he's got like the cross on the wall, the cross falls down. He just picks it up, puts it back on the wall. It's like, hey, I know you're already sinned, so if you'll just give me what I want, I'm not gonna hurt any of you
Is
because
that what
y'all
that
are,
scene was? Because he already
yeah,
sinned.
I guess. Well, that's a sin right there.
Ooh,
I mean, this guy's I mean, come on, this
hey,
guy's out there preaching the word
I
of
mean,
God, and he's not following what he preaches.
I for for the time period, right? I don't know how the sorcerers, wizards, warlocks work along with religion, like along the lines. I don't know how they work. So that was one of the things I was hoping to ask you because I don't know how that mellows out together.
Well, I mean, he uses black magic, so he's in a pact with the devil, so he's in line with the devil.
Oh, so
Most
there's religion.
sorcerers and wizards and stuff don't use the devil stuff. They use like the earth magic and
So
stuff.
there is religion that's attached to this.
To witchcraft,
Yes.
yes.
Well,
Oh
I didn't know
yeah,
that.
that's who burn witches. It's religious, overly religious people.
Ah, I thought they were
Yeah,
just
they're all
burning witches because they were
no,
scared.
no, no.
I thought it was
Yeah,
along the lines of like when humans gonna destroy
well, you
whatever they
gotta
don't
think in
understand.
that time, all witches were with the devil. So of course, that's why you killed witches.
Ah,
And of course, if you're believing in the devil, you're believing in at least one of the Bibles. You're either Catholic, well, not Catholic. I mean, you're either Christian, which believes in the devil.
so where
Even
does the
Muslim believes
regular
in the devil.
magician,
Yeah,
line up with all of this?
regular musician.
Like a regular show magician.
They don't line up with this at all. They just do fake magic. That's not real magic. A
So you're
trick
telling
is
me
not
back
magic.
then people believe in witches, but they didn't believe in these illusions at
What
this time?
illusions?
What I mean,
I
like
don't get what
they're
you're
called
saying.
illusions, right? But like back then, like at 1691, if it was a magician,
1691, you weren't an illusionist, or you would get burned at the stake as a
that's what I'm saying.
witch.
Like, so they would probably never do magic,
Yes,
and so
you didn't do magic. It was ill. It was unholy to do magic. You didn't do tricks.
oh, you didn't do
People
tricks.
who people did sleight of hand were usually thieves and pickpockets, so they're going to get killed too.
Wow, just imagine living back then with the intelligence we have now. We own this. Well, I
Well, that's
can't go
why
that back far in
that's
time. You
that's why
can.
I would tell you could. You just can't. You just don't want to do it in America.
I can't do it in America. You're right.
Actually, you could do it in America. You'd be fine. They'd probably think you're an Indian now. I meant
What?
Native American. And
Not Indian back in the day. Well, not
yeah,
it. 1691. Yeah, I could be Indian back in the day. A
you could have
person
been.
that can read and write.
You could have been a Chinaman back in the day.
I probably could. Probably be bigger than a lot of them.
Yeah, think. I
Both
mean,
you and I would be taller than
because this
everybody
is the
there.
16. This is the
17th
1600s.
century, yes.
Yeah, you got to think 1600s. Things were different
And how tall is the average height? Like 4'9"?
because people cared.
No,
Or
I'm
on
saying
for
like
what?
I'm talking about like 4'9" as in height. You and me go back in time, right?
Oh, bull. That's not. we're
I
not
mean,
gonna be that much taller
I
than
mean,
those
like that would
people.
be strange. Like we're still a lot
They're
bigger
not
than
gonna be
these people.
4 foot. They're gonna be in the fives still. Oh my
Or
god,
five.
people that grow that much.
I mean, like I didn't know what the average heights of people back in the
I'm sure
1600s. You know.
people. Well, it depends on what nation you're in, but most people are probably around our size.
Let me
I mean,
see.
I'm 6 foot, so I'll be a little tall, but
Average height of 6 foot is a little bit tall. Average
not
height
that
of
tall. It's a little bit tall
1691.
now.
They had to do this in centimeters. I'm in America. I'm researching this in America. Don't show me centimeters, okay?
Yeah, centimeters didn't even exist yet.
How tall was see, according to whoever, height decreased in average at 65 inches. That's only 5'5".
And people, that's not gonna be a big difference. Nobody's gonna notice your height. You have to wear those stupid looking hats anyway. So
Oh, that's how they solved that problem.
yeah, so
Dude,
it's not gonna be
wearing
that.
this hat gets me another 5 inches.
I mean, if anything, you'll just be a little unusual because none of them probably have ever seen anybody from
From a
China.
different country, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, all they've seen is Native Americans, and they're like, "Whoa,
You must be one, but you're not as
what?
skinny as one of them.
Skinny? What? I'm European, so I'll be
No, me. If
fine."
they talk to me, if they
Yeah.
see me,
Okay.
but you're not as skinny as one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
Oh,
off
that's
track. I
silly.
completely forgot how we got to this.
I don't know. I don't, it's kind of puzzle some of the questions you asked. It's like, what?
Well, now one of the plot holes, that troubles me all the time, right? Is the Well, actually, last time when we did Somewhere in Time, we didn't really have to go over how they travel back in time. This one, the Warlock did the magic, right? But it never
Yeah.
actually showed reference how he got there. In
What do
the
you mean?
Terminator movies, they show Kyle Reese and Arnold coming through with this, ball of
Yeah.
lightning energy, right? But this one,
Yeah.
when reference shows up, he's just there.
Well, I'm sure he ran into a tree or something in the car.
What?
I mean, come on. The witch had just happened to get thrown through a window.
Right, that's right.
And
He
that's
came
why he
through a
fell
window.
into these people's lives, and he ate a guy's tongue and chased and gave a hex on some girl to make her. What was that? Thinner? Was that movie where they make that person get older? Is that a movie called Thinner? Or I think that
Oh,
was a fat person that would make it really skinny or something.
Shallow Hal.
No, that was a horror movie. I think it's called Thinner.
I never heard. I don't think I
Well,
seen it.
we need to look this up eventually. But anyways, I'm sure when he came to Earth, he ran into something, probably trash can, went into a bar, stole some bikers stuff. I
So
don't know.
nothing about the Warlock falling through the window, right? Where he just
Yeah, I
sleep
mean,
it
he
off.
he apparently crashed somewhere else.
He's all fine. I like that she got
Yeah,
him arrested, then she bailed him out the
yeah.
immediately.
She called the police, and then he tries to do his little compass thing.
I don't know because you don't know any of the actress, right? Because I was gonna point out the lady, like the fortune teller lady person. She's a famous occult horror actress. Did you know that? So her
No.
role was supposed to be bigger. So I guess you were right on them cutting down the movie a lot.
Well, yeah, she's supposed to have a deal where like she got naked or something, her boobs, and there was eyeballs coming out of her boobs, and they crush it
Really?
and get the eyes out of it. Oh yeah, that's supposed to be a bigger deal instead of her face
Oh,
just
that's
puffing
right. He
up.
was supposed to crush your body.
Yeah, but then it's like, okay, this is way too much. Let's just
So he just
stop
took the
here.
eyeballs out.
Yeah,
Every time
that's
I
what you.
see that, right, I remind me of Minority Report. That's the only other movies I've seen where, like, they use the
And these
eyeball.
eyeballs didn't even look good. They were like
They
the
didn't look
chromiest
good, right?
eyeballs
Like,
I've ever seen. I'm like, dude, a 5-year-old could have made better eyeballs for this
see,
these
I was
movies.
thinking the same thing because, like, back in this time, they have those candy look like eyeballs, right? Like,
Yeah, they had all kinds of stuff. I mean, come on, the effects were horrible on that.
yeah, they look like they added too
I,
much
re-
jelly
I
or
read it. I
something.
read a deal where some guy goes, "You know what makes this movie so good to him? The acting." And I was like, The acting sucked."
Well, I thought the guy who played the Warlock was pretty good. Oh, only
I
him
thought
though.
I actually liked the guy that was the witch hunter, but
The witch. Oh, that's a
I didn't
good
I
name.
didn't I didn't think Cassandra's acting was all that
No,
great.
Cassandra's acting is all that good. She's a little hysterical.
Yeah,
Like, you know what? I think she
mean,
has been.
maybe she's
She
supposed to be,
probably
but
is
I mean, of
something else
course,
that we've seen.
I guess she's supposed to be hysterical. I mean, if you saw your friend get the tongue bit off, and some guys chased you and then put a hex on you, started making you jump 20 years every
She's
every day.
Oh, she's in Footloose. She's in the musical, but she's the Texan.
Oh, really?
Corpus
Well,
Christi.
okay. Well, I would like the elevator, but still can't.
I'm gonna say, like, I know I seen her in something else at least.
I'm
Nope,
sure we have.
I haven't. Not from her
Oh, really?
resume I'm looking at. I think it's just because she
Okay.
looks like Gina Davis, so
Yeah,
that's
that's
why.
what I'm saying. Because I thought she looked just like somebody that we knew, but she wasn't who we knew.
Richard E. Grant is the one plays reference. Is he?
He's
Let me
been in a
see.
lot of stuff. He's been in a lot of TV
He's
shows.
been in a lot of TV show. L.A. Story, Killing Dad. Oh, you know what? I need to look in like 1990 and beyond because that's when I started watching more
He's,
movies here.
yeah, he's still doing stuff. He didn't
Huh?
even look like that guy.
No, not
But
anymore, right?
but anyways, we're gonna get to the end, and the ending kind of sucked too.
You didn't. How
Um,
did you like that Back to the Future 2 thing?
I didn't like it. Well, at first
The own grave thing.
I decided it was somebody else in his grave.
Oh, I
Yeah, well,
thought the
that's
pages were
saying
in
people
there too.
bury other people's grave. People buried other people in other people's grave all the time back in the day, and plus they were using his grave to hide the book anyway,
Yes, on
so it
holy
made
ground, right?
sense. I mean, come on, he jumped through the deal. They didn't have a body. What did they bury?
The pages, I guess.
Yeah, so they would have had to put somebody in there. So I figured they just found some.
So, so here's the dilemma, right? The time travel loop. If he was going
Yes,
to go
this is
back to die in that
there shouldn't
casket,
exactly there shouldn't be a casket.
not even only be well that too, but like now they're believing like if you go back to the same timeline that you left from.
Yeah,
Which,
I know.
I'm okay with that because that's just simple
I'm not.
thinking. He's
I'm
going.
not.
Hey, he went back where he came from. Okay, you have to accept it. Okay.
Yeah, I assume there shouldn't have been a body in the deal.
So would you say that reference should have stayed in that timeline
Yeah, he
and not
should
go
have.
back?
And we could have had a good ending because the thing is, they almost kissed and he almost fell in love with her and everything was like, all right.
That's when he went back.
I'm like, we're gonna finally get that somewhere in time
Yes,
fixed.
I was gonna
And
say that it's somewhere in
and
time
then
in this.
he just disappeared. I'm like,
So
crap, this is somewhere in time again.
So this is 2 movies in a row where they did the time travel deal where the other person just disappear from the
Yep,
timeline.
just disappeared.
So
Just like boop.
a long time ago, I talked to you about the idea, right? Like you don't get to control when you time travel. Like things just spontaneously happens to you. And I never
I don't
seen these
know.
movies before.
We might if we build a time machine. I mean,
Yeah, but then humans always want to use some kind of machine. What if
we
these
have
things
to.
just happen? See, why do you say you have to?
Okay, why do you say you can't?
No, I'm saying that like this possible.
I
There's
mean,
another way.
you don't have any more proof that you have to have,
No,
I need
don't.
a machine other than you don't.
No,
So
I'm
I
just
guess
saying
we
that
can't argue this
no,
point.
I'm not arguing. Like I'm not saying that like why do we only have to use a machine? Like there's other methods of time travel. I believe is possible that we don't have to depend on.
Why come
a
we haven't come
man-built
across them
option.
yet?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe time travel isn't real.
Well, I
No,
already know
like
time travel.
well,
We know time travel is real is forward, but like
your
we said, time
question.
travel backwards is not real.
Oh, I don't care about forward and backward. Just the idea of being able to time travel, right? Whether you're going forward or backward, that's irrelevant. Just
But
because
go
you said
forward constantly.
because you said like how come we haven't seen it, right? Well, it's the same thing that we could put on the machine, right? How come we haven't seen?
But
a
we
time
have
machine?
seen time travel forward, though.
You're saying we've seen time travel forward?
Yes, I guarantee you. I mean, your mom probably got baby pictures of you.
Okay. Well, I don't understand what the connection
Because
is.
you traveled forward from that point in time.
Oh yeah, I'm not
So
talking
that's
in that
time
sense.
travel.
Well, the other
Oh,
way is like
you mean jumps,
yes, jumps.
which is a second to you. But I mean, you got to think, even a second to you is still. Let's say you jump 20 years in the future in a second. Well, everybody around you still took 20 years to get there. You're just out of phase. You're out of that dimension.
Right, because you tell me I'm out of dimension, right? Like if I knock you out and then you woke up next week, you time travel in a way because you were
Yeah, I
missing for
did.
7 days.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
the only difference is you were aging at the same time as everybody else.
Yeah. Unless they put you in a freeze capsule. Or you travel close to the speed of light.
So that's the secret, isn't it? Right now, nowadays we're looking at celebrities who are like 20 something. Now they're 40 something. They look the same.
Well,
right? Basically,
I
they
mean,
probably time travel because we don't know what they do day to
but
day.
we do know we do by, like I told you about astronauts traveling in space station stuff. We already know, or flying around the Earth. We already know that we
Time works
travel at
differently
different
out there.
rates. So they actually technically time traveled at a higher speed than you do. You could, or maybe it's a hundredths of a second, but still,
Oh,
they did time travel
so
at the rate that you would love to do. They just didn't do it as
they
fast
do
as you
it
wanted
quicker.
to.
Yeah, they're quicker. It
But
just
it means it's possible.
yeah, it's just minutes and maybe hours.
Just nobody can do it backwards. There's
only
no
forward.
instances where anybody did it back. It's always
Wait,
back.
hold on.
Because I mean, you
I
always
forgot.
move forward.
So I forgot when you're in space, it's time slower. So that's kind of, in a way, it's
Well, you're
backwards,
moving
right?
quicker, so yeah, that slows down for you.
So if I come back, like I'm
But
five
you're
minutes
still at
ago,
the deal.
I'm
Yeah,
still
you're
current.
still.
Okay.
Yeah, you still. They're still coming on the other time, but the problem is they didn't age as fast as you did.
All right. So there's several more things I want to talk about. First of all, when they get onto the airport, right? One of my favorite things is that he's able to carry that compass weapon onto the
Oh, he
flight.
didn't have a compass weapon.
What is
Oh,
that
you mean
thing?
the wind vane? Oh,
Yeah,
the weather
wind
vane.
like, I thought it was
The
a
weather
compass.
vane.
I don't know what, because you
No,
got
it's a
the.
weather vane. Well,
Okay.
it's kind of like a compass, but you put it on your house and you got to point it at, like, you want to point it north.
Yeah.
So
So
you can
the.
see it's north, south, east, west.
Yes.
When the wind blows, it hits it and it points a certain direction. It tells you where the wind's blowing from.
I like that he stabbed it. He didn't stab him. He threw it like a spear.
Yeah,
And then it hit her in the back.
scatter. Yeah, I like that actually. I thought that was funny.
That was so funny. I was like, oh, at the same time, like, dude, he hit him in the back.
Yeah, but it really kills that bat. Did you see that bat he kills?
So that looked kind of realistic and fake to me at the same time.
It
I don't
looked so
understand
fake.
it. Like,
I was like, bats don't look like that. What kind of crazy bat was that? It must have been a witch bat.
I was like, it was a really fat one.
Oh, he had a funny look on his face.
It
Too.
had a
Like,
really funny look on his face.
And they're in Colorado.
Yeah, they were in
Oh,
Colorado, right? With the hex symbol. Yeah, the hex
Well,
symbol.
he painted that thing on there, a pentagram on there.
All I did was just so convenient that the Amish dad, right, painted that, and the
Well,
witch
he wasn't
classified.
Amish. He wasn't Amish.
Well, I thought he asked him if he was Amish.
He goes, "Are you Amish?" He goes, "No." He was, what do you call it?
No, the younger guy said no, right? But the older guy said he painted it. Okay,
He was a Mennonite. He
Yeah.
wasn't Amish. That means they can use technology.
Okay. I'm not familiar with that. Whatever
Okay,
that
yeah,
culture
he
is.
he wasn't Amish. He asked you Amish? He goes, "No, I'm Mennonite."
I don't know where you learn people being Amish. I only know it through like media and stuff, and that's basically it.
Okay, same place. Same
Okay,
place.
I didn't take a history class on the Amish people.
Oh, I didn't either.
I'm sorry.
I just live here, and I've seen Mennonites and all those people.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
I never seen Amish people.
You probably have. You just don't know it.
Oh,
Well, you
really?
haven't. Because they wouldn't be there where you're at.
No, they never.
Life would be too hard. They would just be in the way. But you've
Yeah.
seen Mennonites.
Oh, okay.
You just didn't know it.
Okay. Cause like the most countryest.
As a matter of fact, I'm almost pretty sure that me and you both saw them together. So.
I bet you, if I ever go to where you live right now, right, that would be super country, rural for me, right? The most countryest place I ever been into is Nebraska. Wayne, Nebraska.
That may even be more country.
Yeah, it's super country. Okay, that's the first time I've ever been to a place like that. I'm very.
But I want to specify for people. Listen, country is different. We're talking when we say country, we're talking about country, but we're not talking about country like country western music. That's not even country. That's just sick.
That's just entertainment only, marketing, entertainment purposes. Only.
Yeah, that's just sick.
Yes. Okay, so we talk about I like. The other thing I really like in the airplane is that dude was smoking. Oh, like I forgot about that. I did.
Oh, okay.
I did come from a time.
That didn't even bother me.
Oh, it did, but like I thought it was so funny.
They used to have a smoking light.
Yeah, in 2023, because like I remember when people get you smoke on airplanes. I came from that era.
Yeah, now I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that should have been weird to me too. But
so like I also like that there's like certain things can become witch radars. Like the milk's gone bad, the flame is blue.
Well, that's just hotels along.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. Like
I mean, yeah, a lot of people. I mean, it's superstitions, but most of those superstitions are gone. But even in your culture, you should have some of the superstitions because you have witches in China.
Yeah. Oh, let me think.
Yes, they do. Y'all probably call them different.
Oh, you know what?
Do.
We have
and a lot of them. And a lot of them are.
You know what? I
think
it's because we don't have the levels of so many names, like witches and sorcerers.
Probably so. But I know y'all have witches. I can't remember what y'all call. They're called.
But
and they had some of the same deals. Like, and the same thing with vampires. Let's say a bunch of people start dying in your community back then. Mm-hmm. Well, you either have a witch or you have a vampire.
Oh.
It's all stuff from the old countries they brought overseas.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Like I understand what you mean about the witches and whatever, right? But mostly it's probably in the Buddhist religion, which I'm not too familiar with. Except
I don't think Buddhists have witches.
Like not witches, right? But like some sort of sorcerer belief.
They probably do. I
Like
mean,
believe
all
evil
cultures have.
spirits and things like that. And the other thing
Everybody's
I
got
want to
evil spirits
tell you,
and people
Shane,
that.
Chinese vampires are really different from American. Like if you see the Chinese vampire, right? Like even when I was younger, like how is this dude gonna catch me? I have to show like when I pose that question, right? Now you're gonna ask yourself like, what the hell is Lamb talking about? What do you mean how he's gonna catch me? They can fly, they can walk, right? Not Chinese vampires. What they do is like they hop with 2 feet,
Oh,
and then
yeah,
that's how they
okay.
get you. Like even when I was young, like it seems pretty scary at the time, right? Because how cinema makes it. But now that I'm older, like when is this guy ever gonna come to me? Like it's kind of like the Jason and the Michael Myers, right? You never see those dudes run, but somehow
Yeah.
everybody's running, and then they're still catching up.
Yeah, because you run back into them,
But to
or
get
you
on the
go to
point,
sleep.
I do like the witch radar. Witch star.
The witch radar, witch star.
So it back then, I guess because there's no refrigeration, right? Every time the milk's gone bad, they probably think there's a witch around.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, if stuff goes bad. I mean, even they blame stuff like, let's say you have no crops, they could be blaming a witch.
Oh
I mean, they
yeah,
blame
an
so much
explanation.
stuff on everything. I mean,
So
people blamed everything. I mean, even the fine witches was kind of stupid. Think about it, they had a witch dunking booth. Okay, they tell you this chair, they dunk you in the water and hold you under the water.
yeah, and if
And
you
here's the
float,
thing.
then well, yeah, go ahead. I can't remember the
I
thing.
can't remember the whole deal, and I'm probably wrong too, because it seemed like that. But I know if if you're a witch, you might drown. If you're not a witch, you will drown.
Yeah, which is like that means the person.
And,
I
and,
remember something like
and
that.
if you somehow do survive it, then you are a witch, and
Yeah,
then they go burn you.
yeah. Then they go
So
burn. You're like you're gonna
it's
die
like
anyway.
so you're gonna die regardless. It's they may either you drown and it's over with, or you somehow don't drown and it's gonna get worse.
I like. Well, I'm not making fun, right? This is the thought process of humans back then. Like, there's
It
no
is, but this
intelligence.
one, you know what they were going to do in this one. Remember when they said they were going to hang him and then they're going to burn him
Yes.
with a bag with a box? And you see it at the very end of the movie because you're thinking, what are they doing with all the cats in that box? They're
Oh
going to
yeah.
they're going to burn a box full of cats underneath them. I was like, what? What kind of crap is that?
Was it sometimes that they think cats are evil or something? Oh,
No,
I'm thinking
well,
about the mummy.
witches have a thing called a familiar, and
Okay.
usually in stories now are more modern. It's a cat.
Oh.
The familiar is like a demon or something, and it takes a certain form.
Oh, and they think these they take a
Well,
shape of a
everybody,
cat.
the thing is, you got to think which stories have been around so long because in America it became a big deal,
Yeah.
because of the Salem witch trials, and then several people written books, and then of course Halloween comes along, people dress like witches, and then the witch stories have just changed constantly. They're so way beyond the witch stories you watch on TV. Because I mean, we watch Bewitched.
Yeah, I had never seen
If she's a
Bewitched.
good witch, you've seen.
Oh,
Oh, you're
good
missing
witch.
out. And then you're watching a Wizard of Oz with the evil witch that melts
Yes.
when you hit water. I mean, all this story's been made up. That's not even old folk tales. Stuff that people made up now.
Oh, they use it
Because
for yeah.
because all of a sudden you have a good witch now. Never had good witches really. Witches are always evil, but all of a sudden now you
Yes.
have good witches. And of course you got people that say they're witches now, they use the old religion called Wicca.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that.
It's what's a witch religion now.
Oh, okay.
It's new. It's actually new. They claim it's old and stuff, and it probably is. It's probably druid stuff that came from the old country,
Okay.
but it's not really witchcraft.
But it
Witchcraft.
evolutionized that
Yeah,
into
because
today.
the true witchcraft from the old 1800s, well, not the 1800s, the turn of the century 1600s was all based in like with devil worshiping.
Oh,
That's where
so
theirs are rooted. Because there was magical and witch stuff and stuff people call witches, but that was druid stuff and other things. But the stuff in the 1600s in Salem was all supposed to be like devil stuff, and that's why they went after them. And the thing is, like they said, a lot of people will point out witches never existed, witches never did until now. Popular culture actually created witches. Now there's people that watch these movies and they go, "I want to be a witch," so they be a witch. You know what I'm saying?
so this sounds very different. Like, oh, I want to be a Jedi or a Padawan. Like
Exactly. No, it's exactly the same
it's
thing.
exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you see people watch Star Wars and go, "Hey, I would like to be a Jedi," so they dress up like one and they act like there's a religion to it. They do the sword things and
Kind of like
everything.
back
Boom.
then in the '80s, like American Ninja, right? Oh, now I want to be a ninja.
Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. There was no witches. I mean, people made up the witches, and then now there are witches.
Wow, that's on a different level. So that's
Yes, but I mean, basically, we created something that
so
was
can these
never.
witches find my footprint and hammer and nail in it to stop me? Because they did
That's
that
kind
in
of
this one.
that's voodoo. That's actually
Is that
voodoo.
voodoo?
That's more voodoo, which is a whole nother thing. Yeah, because I mean, basically, in a way, it's like I mean, of course, she didn't have a figure when she wasn't putting
Yeah.
deals in it, but she's using his essence
Oh, yeah,
to
they
stick
said that.
spikes in it.
Yeah, reference said that.
Yeah, so but and basically that was a voodoo, which would be voodoo is a witchcraft.
I did like how he just grabbed a board from the train, right, to put it under his
Yeah, to
feet.
block his foot.
To is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, to block his foot. I'm like,
and then
does
she
that
stabbed him
work
in the
that way?
head. I don't
Can
know. I don't really want to have a hex on me to figure that out. So I'm gonna
stabbing him
stay
in the
away
head
from
was
that
pretty
shit.
funny. But he's like, oh.
Yeah, I thought he was dead and he wasn't.
Oh, I thought he just fainted. I mean, like, I didn't think that he would like
Oh, okay.
leave his.
I thought he should have been dead.
Oh, I thought he
Come
was
on, a
just
nail to the
the
head.
pain was too much. You know, like come on,
witch.
you're getting a nail
You're
in
no
the head
witch.
and like imaginary, but it's gotta hurt in a way,
I mean,
right?
come on. And if it goes into your brain, you're gonna die.
Hey, it's not a physical nail. It's just the essence of the
So
nail.
doesn't matter.
Just it's
I would
a
like to.
mental pain.
Yeah, whatever. Let's see.
Wait,
What a
so you
metal
say
pain
so you're
was.
saying you believe the nail was actually in his head? That's how the essence
It
of this
should
hex
have
is
been. It
working.
should have been in his head. I don't know. I don't never had a voodoo dog. When if you, I guess you couldn't. I guess if you snapped a voodoo doll's neck, you wouldn't really snap a real person's neck, but you'd think you might.
I think with just the pain is just unbearable.
I'm thinking we're messing stuff we don't know about. We
Yeah,
should
I know.
go.
We're just going off
We
the
should,
rail.
we should go
So-
get us one of them boards. What's that called?
We're being very ignorant right now. That's basically what we're doing.
Well, we're being very 1600s. That's what we're being.
I guess we will. Hey, you know what? Let's talk about 1600. I like one of the stuff that Kassandra with a K asked reference, like, hey, you do know that the Earth is round. I mean, it's not. It's
Yeah,
round.
he's like, we've already known this. Which that's actually another myth that people are claiming that people didn't know the Earth was round. They actually knew the Earth was round. Even Christopher Columbus knew the Earth was round.
Oh, so that's not at that time where they thought they could sail at the edge of the Earth and they fall down.
No, they didn't really ever think that.
Oh, okay. I mean, I
They
don't know.
shouldn't. It just they thought it would probably be way too far. Nobody knew what was out there. So why would you go out to a direction you don't know? What's
Yeah, you're gonna
out?
run out of ration. Who would want to do that?
Yeah, it's like you're allowed to run out of food. You don't know how far it is. But I mean, people already knew that the Earth was round because when ships come up over the
Oh,
ocean, you can see them come
You're
over
right.
the horizon,
That's why.
which automatically makes the Earth
That's
round.
why Christopher
People,
Columbus said
it's-
you
it's-
go around. Yeah.
it's in our modern time. People have gotten stupid and think the Earth is flat. So people were really have never been that stupid. We just gotten stupider, even though we got all this amazing
No,
technology.
I like to believe that people has always been stupid, but now there's a broadcast to broadcast the stupidity.
Oh, the broadcast is stupidity.
Yeah,
that
because
makes
back
people
then, like,
stupider.
there's like 6 of them that they can only get together because there's only 6 of those people in town. And now with the power of the
Yeah.
internet, dude, there's people in Wisconsin, there's people in
You know
New
what?
York.
That's probably one of the smartest things I've heard. Actually, there's only 6 smart people at the beginning of the time, and then they couldn't talk to each other. So,
Yep.
and then actually they just kept growing.
And now they have
growing.
connections, like network through
Yeah.
the internet.
Now let's see how many people are on the planet. Like 11 billion people.
Probably.
So about maybe like there's only 6 of us. It's not stupid.
6 of them. Hey, but they spread like a virus, okay?
They
They're
did spread like a virus. Now there's almost like
There's a
what's that, 10
society
billion?
of these people.
10 billion and something numbers.
There's a society of these people.
Oh, I know there's a side.
They probably don't even believe that you can go out to space to look that the Earth is round.
Yeah, well, they think it's fake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
they think. I guess they think when you're gonna fly out, you fly up
I
into
guess-
space, you see a big old map. You just see a big old square map.
I guess in a way you could like the thought process is like, well, you can't see it either. Like, what if you've been told a lie? Well, I guess.
Well, you gotta think though. Back then, though, a lot of people are so simple-minded. I guess when they drew the picture of the Earth on a map, everybody looks at it and automatically assumes, well, that's what the Earth looks like. It's flat
Yeah. Because they
You know,
couldn't draw it on
because it's so simple. Yeah, because they just
a sphere.
yeah, because I'm thinking they had some people probably had spheres, but most people just saw
Making a
square
sphere,
maps.
you know.
And they just look at it and automatically assume, well, this is the way it is. So there's an Earth. And even after they probably learn there's a moon and stuff, they're like, well, the moon goes around this flat surface.
Oh, it just spins around. Yeah, yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense because the sun is round and the moon is round, and y'all can see that. But no, the Earth is still flat.
You know, you believe what you want to believe, right? It's one of the.
Well, no, you actually don't, because there's another problem. Way back in the old days, you used to believe what the church told you to believe.
Ooh, we're not. Let's not go there. Let's not
Yeah,
go
because
into this whole.
wasn't it Copernicus that, or what was it Copernicus or who was it that said that the Earth was round and the Earth goes
Oh,
around the sun, and then they burned him for being a witch. The church burned him. The church burns everybody for being a witch. Don't ever go against the church.
man, we have come a long way since then
We've come a very long
with
ways.
warlocks and stuff.
Yeah, because see, I mean, what I'll just me and you talking on the screen. It's
Dude,
like, oh,
this is
I'm talking.
sorcery.
They'd be like, yeah, this is sorcery. They'd be like, Shane's talking to the magic mirror.
Like
We're gonna have to burn him as a
hundreds of
witch.
miles away.
Yeah,
I talk to you like you're looking in front of me. Like it's crazy.
it is crazy.
This
It's
is
like Star Trek.
the fourth dimension. I don't know. What
Something
dimension
like
would you
Star
call
Trek,
this
yeah.
via Zoom?
We're just three dimensional though. Well, you're only two dimensional because
Because it's flat on the screen, right?
yeah, you're just two dimensional. I'm sorry.
So oh, the other thing I like is that like when they went back to Boston, right, and Refn recognizes the place really well because the roads are still the same. The places and locations
Yeah,
are still
yeah.
the same. So I did like that a lot. And the other thing is like, hey, what is your favorite power, right, that the Warlock has? Like of all the things he can do.
Oh, flying. That's it.
Oh, I was gonna say flying.
I don't want to. I don't want to make that fake. With that crappy fire he kept coming out, I'm like, that is the crappiest fire I've ever seen. I don't want that power.
Well,
He
that's
had
just
no other
that's your
power. He didn't
extra.
really have any other powers though.
Yeah, the coolest thing was
I
the
sure don't want to
flying.
bite somebody's tongue out. That's just gross.
Man, you could just bite somebody's tongue out, without any powers. But that's
And
gross.
putting hexes on people. I don't need to put hexes on people. I mean, come on,
Depends.
just cuss at somebody. Just cuss on somebody and go on.
What kind of hexes am I limited to, or is it just as far as my imagination goes?
I'm sure it's just, I mean, a hex is whatever you know in the magic book.
But what happens is you need that somebody's personal belonging
On
for the
that
hex to work.
hex,
Oh, on
every
that
hex is
hex.
different. Every hex is different.
Oh,
Sometimes you got to touch certain people a certain way and say a certain thing.
so basically, these are mutants.
No, they're not. It's not even near. They're witches. It's a whole different thing.
Maybe I know it's not under some kind of mind control. Maybe the Warlock is some kind of Professor X that we don't know about.
Maybe he is, but still,
Yes, it's a mutant with different
But
powers.
still, he was doing witchcraft.
He is doing witchcraft. You know what? Flying too. I always like to make fun of
I
people
mean,
like
technically, I don't really
flying
want to
power.
fly, but since you made me pick something that he could do, I'll take the flying.
So if you can fly, right? What is the top speed that you can go to? Like, do you
If I
have
could
one?
fly?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't fly, so I don't
No,
know.
like how fast would you like to go? Like, I mean, you drove, right?
So if
Like 60
yeah,
miles
so-
an hour, 90, 200.
oh man, I want to fly like speeds like a Mach speeds.
So if you do that, don't you need some kind of headgear because your ice suit going to dry it out? You only have the power of flight, not the
Hey.
power of moisture.
If somehow a human can fly, what I mean, you apparently could do anything else. Then.
Oh, I wouldn't believe that. No.
All right, you could probably only fly like 30
Only
miles
fly
an hour. You
30
could probably only
miles an hour.
fly 30 miles an
Is
hour. So
Is it worth it to fly 30 miles an hour? Like, dude, this kind of slow.
birds do.
I should
birds
drive.
Birds seem to do okay.
But eagles fly pretty fast.
All those birds fly pretty quick, but they can't be. They're not flying like hundreds of miles an hour.
No, they're flying 100 miles an hour. It feels like if you fly 30 miles an hour, right? Like, dude, I would have drive there.
I mean, I don't know how fast they go. They may be going pretty quick.
I
mean,
just want to
and
know.
But you got to think, if you're going in the air, you don't have to. You can move a certain way, so you don't have. I mean, you're not traveling a little path.
I guess you're not looking this way where the wind
Plus,
is
you
blowing
could
drying out
drop.
your
Yeah,
eyes.
you could drop. Yeah, plus you could drop.
I mean, like,
And
you can always wear goggles.
and most of those big giant birds, they don't fly that fast.
Is that why the bird's eyes are on their side? So when they fly forward, right, it doesn't dry out their eyes.
Well, no, because
You know what? There's gotta be a
And,
scientist out
let me
there for me.
I'm gonna point this out because you're already wrong.
Okay.
Not all birds' eyes are on the sides.
Oh no, right?
Eagles, that's
owls.
all where your eyes are determines whether you're a predator or a prey on all creatures.
Ooh. I did not know that.
If you hunt, your eyes are
In the
forward.
forward.
If you're usually hunted, your eyes are on the sides.
Oh, that makes sense. So
Think
that's
about it.
evolution.
Horses' eyes are on horses, cows. Their eyes are on the sides.
Yeah, on the side. Elephants are on the side. Right? Because they had that. Would elephants be considered?
I don't know. I think
Elephant could be both, right? Because they're not known
but they
for
don't
prey.
But they don't hunt.
Yeah, they
eat.
don't hunt to eat.
They don't hunt animal down and eat them.
No.
No, they are very vicious, but they are
They are
not
very vicious. I
predators.
seen an elephant
Think
fight like
about it.
3 lions.
Cats' eyes are forward.
Yes.
But squirrels, their eyes are on the side. Rabbits' eyes are on the side.
Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting point.
All birds, like all the birds you see, their eyes are
The
on the
small
side.
ones
But
on the
an
side.
eagles is are forward, an owls are forward, a
Yeah.
hawks are forward, vultures,
Falcons.
falcons.
The one that
See,
hunt. Yes.
think about it. All the creatures that
Dude,
hunt and eat
I was
meat.
driving the other way. This falcon flew right down my car. Right? I thought I was gonna hit him. That falcon didn't even give an F.
You
That
mean
I almost hit
it
him.
was a hawk. You know, hawk.
Is he that hawk? It was really big though.
It was a hawk.
It was huge.
Oh, we're not really falcon country.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So I know I seen hawks because their beak, right? So I can
Yeah,
tell.
we got lots of hawks.
Oh, dude, this thing was so close. I thought the way that it flew down, right? I thought someone hit it, or maybe it hit something. It was trying to fly down. It's like, hey, I'm about to hit you. Like the way I was going, but it didn't care. It just still landed wherever it wanted to anyway. I was super close to my car.
Huh.
I was so mad. But that's not even the biggest. I know I seen like an eagle that's kind of brown fur. I couldn't even tell it. It was maybe really dark. Yeah, like
Yeah.
the coat of the whatever.
Okay. Yeah, the feathers.
Because I thought it was
Yeah.
a turkey.
Oh,
When I saw
okay.
this bird, I saw some turkeys, and until I saw the head, it's like, holy crap! I thought someone is like have turkey in their backyard, right? And then like, no, it
People
was an
could have
eagle,
turkeys. People could have turkeys in their backyard.
but it wasn't a turkey
Okay.
because the head, like, it was grooming itself, and when I saw the head, I was like, holy crap! I need to go away.
It was a warlock. Hey, witches and warlocks are supposed to be able to take the forms of every other animal.
I was gonna bring that point up too, but this
Even though
warlock
we
didn't
don't
do that in this movie.
No, I thought he did when he turned into the bat. That's why I thought that was him.
Oh, okay.
No, it
I didn't think
wasn't.
the bat was him.
Yeah,
Was
I
it?
thought the bat was him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it wasn't the bat wasn't him. I mean,
Because
they
it's
had
not a
the
normal
attic fight.
bat. That's not what a bat looks like.
They had the attic fight, and then they had to put the
Yeah,
pennies in their mouth.
The pennies in the mouth. I've never heard that. I mean, there's all kinds of superstitions, but a lot of that I've never even heard. I don't know a lot of witch superstitions.
So I don't either. So from
I know more of vampire and werewolf superstitions.
Okay. So
because it's more in popular culture.
So basically, this movie was like educational for me of what a warlock is. Okay, and just from watching this movie, you could beat this warlock with just basic table salt.
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
Which I've never heard the salt thing either.
I mean, I don't understand the salt thing. That's why.
Yeah, I don't think that they don't like salt.
Because like,
I mean, every story's different because it's like water too. Oh, they can't do water. I'm like, yeah, they can do water.
Oh, okay.
Some witches. I mean, come on, witches aren't real, so it doesn't. You can make up whatever story you want.
Ah.
I mean, let's put it this way. I mean, there's people call them witches and do witchcraft and do that, but they're not witches. Like I'm about to throw water on you, and I.
So
I mean, I wish there was. I mean, because if I met a witch like the one in Bewitched, I'd be like, "Hey, how are you?
How you doing?
How you doing?"
So, this is a trilogy, right? There's two more movies.
I do,
this.
and there's no way I'm watching the other two. This is it.
I want to watch it because now I'm curious.
Yeah, well, you should. And if they're good, let me know. I mean, somehow I don't think so.
Because like I mean, I like this dude who played the warlock, because he's in the other two.
Oh, I thought he was all right. It's just,
but
after a while, I lost interest in the movie.
Because at the end, Kassandra buries that book. I'm sorry,
yeah,
Kassandra
she goes to the Bonneville Salt Flats.
Yeah, the Salt Lake. I mean, not Salt Lake. I'm sorry, the Salt Reservoir, whatever. She buries the book there, right?
It was a Salt Lake.
Oh, it's a Salt Lake. So I didn't even know.
Yeah.
So why didn't they even do that in the first place?
Because way back in the 1600s, think about the 1600s, there wasn't even 13 colonies yet.
Oh, that's why there wasn't.
They didn't even know where the edge of the
where
United
is that
States
Salt
was.
Lake? I'm not familiar.
Bonneville Salt Lakes? I don't know where they're at now.
Oh, okay.
You say that.
But it's
not
not
what
Boston.
They are. No, it's nowhere near Boston. I want to say Utah.
Oh, you know what? That's what I would have guessed too.
I mean, I'm sure I'm wrong. I don't know. I should know where they're at.
But you know what?
Let's say if you want to do high speed racing, or you want to set a land speed record, you go to Bonneville Salt Flats.
Oh yeah, why is that?
Yeah, that's why they have cars named Bonneville.
Oh,
because it's so flat. You can get all the way up to 300 miles an hour in a car.
Oh, that's what I would like to see. I mean, I would like to try too.
Well, you don't have enough money to try that. But
No, I would like to see
you,
how fast my car can, like how fast I can drive my own car. That's what I want to know.
well, I'm going to tell you, you can't go as fast as you think you can.
No, that's what I'm thinking too. But I would like to see
Yeah,
like
most
the
cars
limit.
stop at 110.
Oh,
Well, they could go faster, but because of insurance reasons and so forth, that's where the governor stops your car.
so there's no track where I can try to hit that 110, or just see how fast I can get from 0 to 60
Oh,
myself.
okay, yeah. Though there, yeah, you could go out to Bonneville, you could do that.
Oh, but not there in Texas.
Not well. There's racetracks, there's race nights. Find a racetrack and go there.
I'm gonna try it.
I mean, since we're going to be so legal, you need to go to a racetrack and do this.
Yes, I do want to be legal.
I mean, there's got to be a reason I know cars go up to 110.
Yes.
And I ain't been to no racetrack.
You know what? I think one time I hit 120 on my Accord. Was it 125? I can't remember. Yeah, because
I mean, it depends on the vehicle too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually a lot of cars. If you go up to them and look at them when they're brand new and they're on this, the say the lot, the tire rating tells you about how fast they can go.
Oh, okay.
Like a Corvette, Lamborghini, all them, they're going to have a higher rated tire because they don't have governors. They can go as fast as you're brave enough to go. But most average passenger cars, they usually go, I think, around 110 now.
110. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it depends if you don't mess with the tire stuff. Like my Clips, they go over 100.
I think the fastest I've driven
my pickup goes 110. My Toyota Camry goes 100. No, Corolla goes 110.
Oh.
They all go about 100. Everything goes 110. Even
does that mean that you've driven 110 in those cars?
No.
Oh.
Because that would be wrong.
Oh. Well, I'm saying the fastest I've driven in my car was like 98.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, on the tollway, because once you get up to almost where I live, there's a huge section, right? That's like me and maybe 2 other cars.
Okay.
And then we're not even close to each other. So that's the fastest. I would like to break. I would like to.
Yeah, well, I don't ever
triple
go there
digits.
I want everybody to know I don't ever break the law. I don't ever break the speed limit laws.
Well, I never
went 90. I never went 98 anywhere in Dallas, Texas at all. That wasn't me. I swear.
Oh, we're doing a confession now. Okay. Yeah, me neither.
No,
I was just
me either.
fantasizing. Sometimes I can't tell between reality and
yeah, exactly. Those few tickets I got, I was only going whatever they caught me at. It was only 10 miles above the speed limit.
Oh, so sometimes they don't count. Well, it depends on how fast the flow of traffic is.
Oh,
right.
Who said there was traffic? I didn't see anybody else around. Just they happened to be there when I was there.
Okay. Well, I think it's time for us to wrap it up. We're almost at the top of the hour. So, any last words for this movie?
No. There's nothing to say for this movie.
Okay, then we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of Tensai Reviews. If you like what you heard, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Spotify and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you on the next one.